The world watches as two powerful groups stand apart, NATO and BRICS. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, has been around for decades. It's a group of countries mainly from Europe and North America. They promise to protect each other. BRICS is different. It's newer and made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They want to work together in trade and world affairs. While not a military alliance like NATO, BRICS members, especially China and Russia, have been increasing their military power. This makes people wonder. What if these two groups were to ever fight? It's a scary thought, but one worth understanding. To see how they compare, we need to look at their militaries. NATO has 30 member countries, while BRICS has 5. Just looking at numbers, NATO seems stronger. This is especially true when you look at their military's budgets. NATO countries in total spend much more on defense than all the BRICS nations combined. The biggest spender in NATO is the United States, but numbers don't tell the whole story. While NATO might have more money and soldiers, BRICS countries are catching up. China, for example, has been modernizing its army rapidly. It's investing in new ships, planes, and missiles. This means that even though NATO seems stronger on paper, the reality is more complex. It's not just about how much money you spend, but how you spend it. NATO countries are advanced in technology. They make some of the world's most sophisticated fighter jets, warships, and submarines. They also have years of experience working together. This means their armies can communicate and fight well as a team. BRICS countries are still catching up in technology, but they are learning fast. They are also developing their own advanced weapons. Russia, for instance, has been showing off its hypersonic missiles, which are very hard to shoot down. This means that even though NATO might have the edge now, BRICS is closing the gap. So, who would win in a fight? It's impossible to say for sure. War is unpredictable, and hopefully these two groups will never fight. The world is a better place when powerful countries work together. Both NATO and BRICS have a responsibility to avoid conflict. Instead of planning for war, they should be talking to each other. They need to find ways to cooperate on issues like terrorism, climate change, and poverty. The future doesn't have to be a fight between NATO and BRICS. It can be a future where they both work towards a safer and more prosperous world.